Hello YouTube and welcome to another GV anime review. Now I know this review was supposed to come out yesterday on Wednesday, but one, I didn't have time yesterday, two, I was too tired since I only slept 4 hours, and three, I was too shocked about you know what. And I could make an entire separate video talking about all the worries that I have right now. But you came to this video to see another anime review, and today it's another requested review of Tales of Zestria DX. Tales of Zestria was a seasonal anime from the past summer season, but since I already had so many seasonals to watch, I delayed this one till the season was over. Tales of Zestria was also my first ufotable anime, so I was very curious what they had in store. The anime's main female character is Alicia Divta, a princess of a medieval fantasy country. But the country is in danger, since the calamity of the people manifests itself into monsters and dragons. And the only one who can now save the country is a legend called the Shepherd. Alicia one day meets a guy named Surrey who has been living his entire life with mysterious creatures called Seraphim. Could Surrey be the long-lost shepherd, and can he save the country from being devoured by darkness? Since this was my first ufotable anime, there is only one subject with which I can start this review, and that is the animation. Ufotable is known for making some of the best animation out there. Every frame looks like it cost an entire budget to make. And I must say that I really liked the animation in the action scenes of Tales of Zestria. I am not the biggest fan of using only 3D animation like Tales of Zestria did, but these action scenes were beautifully animated. Such sharp animation, I had only seen that in animes made by KyoAni. So ufotable definitely deserves its fame. Next positive point was the medieval setting. I like animes that use this medieval setting, and there aren't a lot of animes that do use it. I remember that I also mentioned this in my review of the original Berserk anime. This setting is something different than the usual modern school setting that most of modern animes use today. And my final but most important positive point was that Tales of Zestria made me remember my favorite series of all times. I will tell you more about it in my recommendation at the end of the review. But if you think about how some of the characters in Tales of Zestria are able to use the elements, like Mikleo who uses water or Lila who uses fire, you should already get a pretty good idea about what my favorite series is. Something that I found bothersome at the start of the anime was that there was no introduction to the setting of the story. Probably the cause of this is the anime being an adaptation of the visual novel. In episode 1 or 0, if you watch that one first like I did, you get thrown straight into a story without any introduction to the world where it's going to take place. Let's take for instance Sword Art Online. In Sword Art Online, the entire world gets explained very soon, and it allows the viewers to make a better mental picture of the entire situation where the story is going to take place. Also, the characters had no introduction in Tales of Zestria. We even don't know Alicia's name till the second or the third episode. So more of an introduction would have been nice. Next thing was that I found the entire story of Surrey becoming the shepherd was too big for this anime. Such a story where the future savior has to learn to master his skills, and many different skills like here asks time. And that didn't happen in Tales of Zestria. This entire story had to be resolved in 13 episodes, so there was little to no time for development. And that's a shame, since this is a theme for a long adventure anime, like also my favorite series was. And a final negative point was that the 2 episodes halfway revolving around Velvet Crown were pretty pointless for this season. That character comes from a completely different visual novel called Tales of Zestria. Now, this might be resolved in the 2nd season of Tales of Zestria, which has been confirmed. Maybe there she does make a reappearance and does play a role. But for this season, this sudden intermezzo was pointless, and if she does reappear in season 2, then still her introduction was sudden and short-lived. So as a conclusion, I'm going to be honest and say that this wasn't my thing. Fans of the visual novel, fans of Ufotable, and fans of this kind of action-adventure anime will like this anime, but it wasn't my thing. And that's why I'm going to rate Tales of Zestria DX at 2.5 out of 5 stars. It's not a bad anime for those who like the genre, but it wasn't my cup of tea. As I said, Tales of Zestria made me remember my favorite series of all times. In fact, because of it, I'm currently rewatching that series, because it had been like 5 years since I watched it. But I'm not going to tell you guys what it is. I'm planning a special review once I have finished rewatching it. But I think I gave some pretty obvious clues about what it is. And with that I conclude my review of Tales of Zestria DX. As usual, you can find the full list of all my animes and reviews over at Anime Planet. As usual, I will put a link in the description box down below. Now if you want me to review a particular anime from this list, please put it in the comments. Also, if you have a recommendation for me, put it in the comments as well. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, visit me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and subscribe to this channel for more reviews in the future. Then I will say arigatou gozaimasu and I will see you all in the next video.